how did you see Match of the Day without any punditry, mate? Do you think that it's worth having pundits in this day and age, having seen the way it is without anything at all? Because I thought it was quite dry, and I missed that really.
Yeah, I thought it was awful, to be totally honest. I mean, I didn't watch it when it was on. I think even the concept is awful more than anything. It's, for me, Match of the Day is such an institution into the British media and such a big part of our football consumption that what it stands for is that extra layer of insight, that inside the game kind of knowledge. You can watch the highlights now so easily elsewhere that you go to Match of the Day because it's Match of the Day. So the format changing and missing the presenters ruins it completely. I just thought it was ridiculous. And those people that were on Twitter saying, "Oh, it's much better, it's so much easier," they're ludicrous opinions. And actually, I don't truly believe anyone actually has that opinion of Match of the Day.
No,
like if that's their opinion, they wouldn't consume that content anyway. They go to YouTube and watch the highlights. I suppose it's much easier to do that.
I'm going to say it raises the question about how it's going to be consumed going forward, because our generation might be the last one to kind of watch Match of the Day in its current form, and it kind of makes you think, would we be able to get by without that kind of program, or would it just be replaced by another broadcaster doing the same thing? But I think it made me realise that it does need to maybe change a little bit. It's shown quite late on a Saturday, but again, like you say, it's an institution. I've been raised on Match of the Day, and we talk about football passionately. It's always good to hear, especially an ex-professional footballer's opinion on how the week's gone, isn't it, really?
Yeah, and I mean, the content can be replaced in certain ways. I think if you think about how you consume even a match, as an individual match now, the way the Sky cover a game, or BT, or maybe it's Amazon, the joys of it are the punditry. Look how much of a talking point Roy Keane's antics become, or Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher treat each other, or even on Amazon, the way that they've brought in Ali McCoist. And we can still talk about our love of the way that football is presented. And Gary Lineker is an absolute hero of that. He sets the benchmark in so many ways. And without taking this into a political discussion, the idea that he can't fulfill that role on Match of the Day because he is entitled to his own views, that's a form of censorship that I don't really think this country wants to go down. It's a really difficult process. And any football fan that doesn't recognise that is missing the bigger picture of what sport is. Sport is meant to be a community-based thing that builds team spirit, harnesses the idea of camaraderie, and what Lineker was speaking out about, I think that's the very embodiment of what makes us appreciate sport, that anyone is welcome and anyone can take part. I think the stance that the rest of his teammates, let's call them, in terms of Ian Wright, Alan Shearer, other broadcasters that refused to do it took, shows that they want to protect Match of the Day as Match of the Day.
100%.
And also protect the individual to be an individual and have his own free will and not be controlled by the BBC. It's such a weird notion. I don't think we can ever see that change. I mean, today it's already been announced that he'll be back at the weekend. So some sort of compromise, as they put it, has been reached. I'll be really interested to see what that is, because for me, it's as simple as it's his own public platform.
Yeah.
Whether he represents the BBC in some ways. If he made the comments on Match of the Day, if he'd logged into Match of the Day's official Twitter account and posted on there, I could see them having issues with professionalism rather than the viewpoints. Fair enough. But he's his own person, and we have to respect that. And that's one of the things that makes consuming football so brilliant. Seeing other people who are their own people giving their takes. That's what we do.
Yeah, of course it is, yeah. Look, nicely put.
Look why we're here.
Yeah.
we want a podcast. We want people to listen to what we have to say about it. There are plenty of podcasts that do the same. There are YouTube channels everywhere now where people are talking about their opinions on football. That has grown so much to the point where some things get more views than the actual games themselves. That, to me, says all you need to know about, is it better without punditry? No, of course it isn't. You're missing things that the average person won't pick up on. It misses the whole spirit of the game, the conversation about the game. That's why we like football.
Well, I was just playing devil's advocate there for conversation's sake. But yeah, I 100% agree.